Hey there, honey bunnies. Welcome to episode 36 of Sovereign Storytellers podcast, which is being recorded live on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MichelleWolf11. Today we're talking about what you activate in yourself is what you're offering to the world. And then I also want to talk about shielding versus no shielding, because it has a lot to do with this discussion we're having on energies. And good morning. Let's see if we can get this camera adjusted a little bit. If you're listening to this on the podcast, of course, you won't be able to see the small guinea pig I have laying on the top of my head. And it looks like you're going to experience a sound change right now because I didn't have the headset plugged all the way in. Anyway, small little guinea pig on top of my head. I was trying to do a messy bun, and I achieved the messy part. But it's not cute messy, it's guinea pig messy. Hold on just one second. Okay, I had to caffeinate a little bit more. Alrighty, Wednesday. So it's not hot here yet. Here in North Georgia. It was pretty stinking hot yesterday. Coming up on July 4th, let's get the business out of the way and then let's dive right into this topic. I believe in the last few episodes have kind of been about, and certainly everything I think about lately is how we are being called to a greater level of personal responsibility for our energy field. So let's talk about that in a second. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Mom. People popping in. Okay. What do we have coming up? Okay, welcoming the crone through self-portraiture. That starts July 11th. These are all on the website, thatmichellewolf.com. Human design basics for business. Human design basics meaning your type, your strategy, and your authority. And we'll touch a little bit on the centers, but not a whole lot. But where we deep dive into the human design centers is in Sovereign Storytellers. And if you've been following me for a while, and you've been waiting to take Sovereign Storytellers, don't wait, because this is the last time it's going to be offered. I've been running it for 2 or 3 years, and I'm going to blast us all with 9 deep dives into the centers of the human design chart. We're going to dig out our stories and rewrite them. So it's basically the same thing. We're just going through 2 more centers. So if you've taken it before, let me know if you want to take it again, and we'll work out some kind of bonus structure for you. And if you've never taken it, take it, because people's lives are different, way, way different after that. Plus, I have an ongoing Sovereign Storytellers graduates group where you can pop in and get spot coaching and support from me and all the other women in that group. Okay. Good morning, Michelle. All righty, let's get going on this. Oh my gosh, you guys. So Matt Kahn, my mom sent me a Matt Kahn link this morning. If you're not familiar with him, he's a channel. I guess you would call him a channel. His last name is spelled Kahn, and you can find tons of videos here on YouTube. Excuse me. I don't know if he has a podcast, but he has lots of YouTube videos. Anyway, thank you. Yes, take it now. If you want to take it again, let me know. If you've never taken it, seriously take it, because it's so deep and intense. I've only been doing it twice a year, and now I'll be doing it no times a year because I'm shifting focus, and I'm going to be traveling a lot in 2020. I can tell you that. What I affirm in me, I awaken in others. Now, I may have written it down wrong. What I affirm in myself, I awaken in all. Was that it? What I affirm in myself, I awaken in all. I am the light I am, is the full thing. What I heard is, what I affirm in myself, I awaken in all, both positive and, air quote negative. If I'm affirming something in myself and awakening something in myself, and that means that I'm offering that to the world, I'm awakening that in others, then doesn't that also fall into this theme lately of I better be conscious and aware of what I'm affirming in myself? Because we go around affirming stuff in ourselves all day long. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. I've been working with people so long now that just standing next to them in the grocery store, I can hear, feel, intuit what's the energy of what's going on in their head, not their words. I mean, maybe I could pick up their words, but why would I want to? I have enough words in my own head without picking up Bob's at the grocery store. Um, but you can tell by the look on someone's face if the internal dialogue is affirmative or negative, if it's positive or terrible. I mean, you can see it. Like people's faces look closed. I was in Minneapolis this week, but on Sunday, I did my first live event with Heather Westmoreland, who is a psychic healing medium, and I did my intuitive coaching. We had 8 women there, and I so regretted not taking before and after pictures for them because your face changes a lot when you step into the position of hearing the stories that are governing your choices, which create your life. Your face changes and it takes on a light and a glow. And I'm telling you, next time we do this event, it's going to be a lot more people. And so we're just going to have to go with our intuition on who gets, pulled up to the front and coached. But whoever does, I'm really going to ask them if I can take a before and after picture for them. If you think about if it's that evidence based, like I can take a picture of your face before a session and take a picture of your face after a session, and it's noticeably, documentably different, then that really lends evidence to how important our thinking is. I think sometimes your thinking creates your reality gets shoved over into the blah blah section because we've all heard it so much, and often it feels like it's not true. Like I've changed my damn thinking and I don't see much change outside, but it is true and you can see it on your face. So if we respond to faces, which we do, we know that we do. There's research for that if you want to Google it. Your face evokes energy in me. So if I'm wanting to pull positive energy from the world, I have to offer positive energy to the world at the most mundane level of what is my face saying? If my face is glowing, chances are I'm going to meet up with the part of you that's glowing. And if you're not awake to it, I offer it to you. I offer myself as a tuning fork. That's powerful. And of course, me being like a serious type that always has to take things one step further, it's like, wait a minute, then if I'm a tuning fork for negativity and I'm carrying my negative, crappy, grumpy ass out in the world, of course I'm going to encounter more negative, grumpy ass crap in the world because I'm tuning my space to an energy. And then the rest of us are resonant with each other. We know this too. Put a bunch of people in the room and sooner or later the heartbeats synchronize and breathing synchronizes. You probably know from your own life that if you take a deep breath when things are tense, you'll hear other people around you taking a deep breath. That's really insanely powerful. But for myself, I'm hearing this all at a deeper level. This is nothing new, right? We've all heard this. But to me, it's like, wow, I have a much greater level of personal responsibility to clean my shit up if I care about the people in the world, which I do. I don't want to go out in the world and have everyone who crosses my path be more likely to resonate with my crabby bits than my sunny bits. Ain't nobody getting near my private bits, I could tell you that. Michelle, yes, right? This has Michelle Shoemaker and I have had many conversations about this. What I'm always trying to do is take the lofty and make it as literal as possible and make it practical and useful. When I started Periscope, it was making A Course in Miracles practical, useful on a daily basis or whatever, I don't remember. Anyway, what I affirm in myself, I awaken in others. Can't remember the exact quote. I wish I could. Do I have my phone? I guess it doesn't matter. It's just kind of bugging me. What I affirm in myself. What I affirm in me, positive and negative. Good morning, Tina. So what are you affirming in yourself today? Are you affirming that if you don't have the money for what you want right this minute, you could have it this afternoon? Because we don't know, right? I'm still asking the question every morning. How many ways can I receive money today? That the flow in my money, and I can't point to one modality that has made the shift because I do so many. I think I've just saturated myself, and I will be extra saturating myself and becoming even more disciplined for the next half of this year, given the planetary stuff that we're in right now, which I don't put every weight into, but we have an eclipse. We have is it a new moon? We have a super moon at the end of the month. We have a this or that and some retrograde planets. And it just feels all very powerful right now. So you should probably take some time and set your intentions. But my intention is great. Intention is greater awareness. Awareness, awareness, awareness. If I'm not aware of what I'm doing, I can't be sovereign in my storytelling about the world. So many people are going through so much pain, and I'm like, I see your pain. I can feel it if I tune into it, but also I feel like I'm getting freer and freer and freer. Here's an example on the money thing. So following your intuition with your money, but it's a soft intuition. And for me, with human design, I need to be talking to get full access to my intuition. So I was talking to my daughter and I said, I have this amount of money because the event in Minneapolis was 120 per person. That's what we're charging as we're taking our show on the road. If you want to host us, let us know. 120 per person. Of course, it has to be enough to cover expenses and whatnot. But anyway, you can message me about that. But so I was talking to my daughter. I have this much cash for this much cash for that. And I really want this other thing. I really wanted to do this thing, but it meant taking some money out of my car payment. And I was telling her, like, my income is so weird. Like, I can wake up and not have enough money and have enough money by noon because somebody enrolls in something or buys a clarity session or, something, some money, bing, bing, the PayPal thing goes off and all of a sudden I have money again. So I'm learning to trust that flow and working with my human design. It's increasing. So I was saying to her, I don't know if I should take the money out of this because that bill is due in just a couple of days. And then I was like, no, wait a minute. I caught myself because I'm practicing higher and higher levels of awareness. I was like, no, wait a minute. It feels really important to me to go do this thing. And I could have more money by the afternoon. I could have more money in the next 2 days. Anything could happen. How many ways can I receive money? Lots. So I made the decision to do it. I hung up the phone. And while I was talking about that, somebody paid me for the crone class, Welcoming the Crone, which was almost the exact amount of money. So following your intuition on everything and being aware of what you're saying. If you're catching yourself saying, I want that, but I don't have enough, how can you reframe that? I want that, and I'll give myself the energy of having it right now. And if the money comes, great. And if not, I'll attune to it. I'll tuning fork myself to the energy of that so that I can experience that in my body right now. Let's say you want to take Sovereign Storytellers. It's an expensive class because it's 16 weeks long and it has a forever Facebook group attached with it. So you're exchanging money with me and you can stay engaged with me as long as there's a Facebook group. Okay, but if you say, well, I can't afford it, this happens a lot because that number looks a little high for some people. But I'll hear people say, I really want to take your Sovereign Storytellers, but I can't afford it. Okay. Well, can you attune to what's going to be happening? Can you consume all the free content and tune into my energy and receive something that way? Can you set an intention that I'm going to receive enough for that first payment and I'm going to attune into all the free content and the energy of that and soak it up? So if the money comes or doesn't come, you still get some benefit. Can you write down the dates and the times of the calls and energetically tune in to the group? If you really can't receive the money to join us live, could you take advantage of the energy of it? Sure you can. Sure you can. Maybe your energy can't receive and flow with an $1,800 class, but you can for free sit in your underwear and attune to the energy that's happening during that time frame. We're all one. We're all connected. What I'm offering to the world, I'm offering to you. Of course, it's going to be faster and more intense and more individualized if you're in the group. All groups are exponentially way more powerful. You move through stuff way faster. And there's other ways to do it. So Heather said, there was a young man who came off the plane just beaming at everyone. I smiled and right away felt, be more like this guy. Yeah, yes. Who around you is beaming? And could it be you that's beaming if you were aware and committed to what you're offering? What I affirm in myself. I can affirm that I'm a light. I can affirm that I own my shadow and I embrace it so I can shine actually even brighter than someone who's trying to shine and keep all their shadow parts in the closet. Because let me tell you, love brings up everything unlike itself. So if your intention is to be a light worker and shine your light and activate more love, you think you get to keep your ugly parts in the closet, but all that love rising unlocks the door and they start creeping out of your closet. Ha ha, you can't hide your shadow. What happens is people doing that who are really trying hard to keep their shadow at bay is their life starts falling apart and they cannot understand why, because they're broadcasting love and they're meditating and they're chanting and they're doing all the things and their life gets worse and worse and worse because the love is a activating energy. It activates all the parts of you that want to be seen and you're refusing to look at. Okay. Personal responsibility. So this is like the podcast from 2 weeks ago, not the one that's coming out this Friday, but about being upriver. You can find the podcast. It's Sovereign Storytellers. It's on most players. It's about going upriver and choosing to be responsible for what we're putting energetically into the river. We know we have a time gap. We're in a human body. What I'm putting in the river today, I may not see for tangible material results for a week, a day, a month, a year, 5 years, who knows? But I know that if I'm personally responsible for my energy, I know that I'm going to feel better immediately. I immediately benefit. Whether that means more students showing up or one-on-one clients showing up or whatever that turns out to be, I get to feel better. And because of our culture, we've almost made feeling better transactional. Well, I won't say almost, we have. Like, I'm not going to, if I feel better, will I be paid? Will this technique make me feel better so that I can make more money? Well, no. Well, then whatever, I'm not going to feel better then. Right? I don't want to feel better unless it's going to, pay off my credit cards. We're nuts. We're crazy. Hold on, I need more caffeine. Okay, so if we're talking about receiving all the energy, there was a podcast about that. Do we have to receive all the energies in order to manifest the energies that we want? Yes. So a common question I get all the time is this question of shielding myself from the negativity, shielding myself from my coworkers' bullshit, shielding myself from the evil in the world. And in the beginning, we all start there, right? But you guys are not beginners. If you're listening to me, chances are you're probably not a beginner, but you might have. That's what happens when you combine might and may. You may have um, a pattern of feeling like you need to shield yourself. Shielding yourself doesn't work with this concept of all the energies. What are you shielding yourself from? If we're all energy, are you shielding yourself from yourself? We're all resonant with each other. Can you shield yourself against a resonance? Only in your mind. Only in your mind. Looking for a shield is a fearful mind. Only the mind wants a shield because only the mind compartmentalizes and says yes to this and no to that and maybe to that and oh, super hell yes to that and oh, fuck no to that. Only the mind does that. Your body is a receiver. It receives and radiates energy all at the same time. And the radiant energy, even saying receive and radiate is a misnomer, but we use it, right? Because we do have a human pea brain that needs some structure to comprehend things. I'm always struggling with that. And it shows in my marketing that I struggle with that push-pull of that. You can only shield yourself against your own concepts of life. If someone around you is super negative, it has nothing to do with you. If you're intuitive, you'll feel it. And what are your options? Your options are to give your mind a shield to hide behind, or you can say yes to that energy and pull it right on through you, and it just becomes more fuel for your own day. Because the only issue is that we are labeling those energies good, bad, I want, I don't want, but it's all just energy. An energy in a person that feels dark or heavy isn't that same energy when it's in your field because you are your own tuning fork. A game you can play in crowds is to amplify your light and watch. If you're trained in Force Reiki, mentally do your symbols, activate your energy, and offer it at level 2, and watch how the people around you respond. This happens every time. Some people will start looking at you. I love playing with this at airports. It's the funnest. Some people will start looking at you. Some people you may see lean back away from you because they're not ready to resonate with your field. They're not ready for your brand of tuning forkedness. They don't want that. They're still doing their thing. That's okay. They may need to stay in their box for a while. They're learning something, they're exploring energies, they're doing their thing. You don't need to worry about that. It's not your business. It's not my business. It's not anybody's business. Okay? But that's how powerful you are. You set the tone, what you affirm in yourself, what you activate in yourself, you are activating in the field around you, and people can resonate with you. If they're just a general grumpy, or maybe they have a lot of open or undefined centers in their human design and they're absorbing negative energy around them, you offer them a lifeline by doing nothing more than consciously choosing to activate a particular energy in yourself. The people with those clear centers get a chance to release and, maybe awaken and be aware of, like, oh, wow, I'm really in the funk. I don't, whatever the energy around me, and they can, come up to resonance with you. Tina said, an open heart cannot be broken, an amplified energetic center cannot be harmed. This is the bodhicitta in Buddhism. To me, it's the sacred heart that Jesus is shown with. The heart on fire that burns and transforms everything that enters it. This is Tonglen practice in Buddhism, Tonglen. You breathe in the heat, the darkness, the dirty. You transform it and you exhale light because you're so powerful that you understand that it's just a continuum of energy. It's not dangerous. Only your mind perceives harm. An amplified energetic center, Tina said in the comments, cannot be harmed. It can't be harmed because it understands it's just energy. And we are sovereign in our energy field, in that we get to consciously choose what is going to be in my energy field today. Is it going to be fear, or is it going to be, hey, I wonder how this can happen? I wonder how this thing I want to experience can happen energetically for me right now. I want to experience wealth right now. I need to look around and find wealth energy to tune into. I have big things I want to do in the world that require wealth, because that's what's required in this day and time to do some things at a larger level, some global type things, or national. Let's start with national, shall we? Let's not go straight for global, blow our circuits. The podcast coming out on Friday is your mind is delaying your up leveling. Oh, and we talked about it last week, right? That's right, I repurposed it. But it's about that. It's only your mind resisting the amplification of the energies. Only your mind is like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have a box for this. I've never been wealthy. My family's never been wealthy. I don't have a box to put wealth in. So, whoa, hold on. Not too much money, because I haven't examined it yet. I haven't decided yet. That's mind. Your body's like, energy, dude. It's just energy, man. Just bring it on in. It's okay. Just flowing with the river. Just chilling, bro. It's just energy. Your body's like the permanent stoner. Loves everyone and doesn't resist anything. Cheetos are as valuable as what's a good comparison to Cheetos? Fruit, I guess. Cheetos are every bit as valuable as chia seeds, man. It's okay. What questions do you have about this? Is it making sense to you? It's all energy, bro. You know the turtle in oh shit, what's that movie that has the turtles? Finding Nemo has the stoner turtles. They're just whatever, whatever. Big Daddy turtles sounds just like a stoner. But we can take that attitude without having to smoke if you don't smoke. If you do smoke, well, you have more director access. I don't know what's going on with my language. You know what? I need more caffeine. Hold, please. Trying to get the microphone away so you hear less of me drinking because that's like the grossest sound to have in your ear. Have I said like, subscribe, and share if this is valuable to you? Yes. Business insert. What I affirm in me, I awaken in others. What I activate in myself, I activate in others. What I activate in myself, I contribute to the world. This is where it begins to take on, for me, some significant seriousness. Seriousness isn't really the right word. How about some significant commitment and dedication? Like a recommitting myself, a rededicating myself to this practice, not only for myself, but because the world really, really needs an alternative resonance to grab onto. I have stopped reading headlines. I have stopped cruising Facebook. Ginger says she's totally in the whoa to up leveling. Yeah, we have to surf. Lenora says it's making a lot of sense. Need to watch my energy more often. We are those of us who are aware, which is all of you who are listening. People who aren't to some degree aware don't even see me, and they certainly don't hang out with me. In fact, people who are not interested in being catalyzed to growth find me quite irritating and not funny. And I'm fucking funny. We all know it. Hold for coffee. Yeah, Tina said, hold, please. Hold for coffee. Okay, but that's how I know. It's not because I'm psychic that I know you're all aware. I know you're all aware because I'm aware and you're here. I'm as aware as I can be. So the time for us to be floundering around and hanging out with our familiar bad feeling is over, with a capital O, capital V, capital E, capital R. Yes, I'm shouting at you. It's over. It's over. It's irresponsible. It's dangerous to flounder around in your familiar bad feeling at this level of awareness. It's irresponsible. It's not getting what you say you want. It's reckless because it puts you in terrible situations and you keep experiencing pain and addiction and struggle and nightmares and no money and no love and all the good stuff that this world has to offer. You don't get to have it if you're not resonant with it. So give it up. You don't get to wallow anymore. You don't get to flounder around anymore and say that you want these things in your life. When you indulge your familiar bad feeling in your blah, blah, yada, yada, bark, bark, woof, woof stories. You don't get to keep telling those stories while saying you want this thing over here, because I'm done listening to it. I'm not going to listen to it. Don't bring that shit to my doorstep. It's over. I can't allow it in myself, which means I can't receive that from others. It's a tipping, it's a toddling, it's a balancing act every single day. Hold up. Is this what I want to be activating in the world? Do I want more of what's creating those headlines? No, thank you. I do not want more of what's creating those headlines. Mm-mm. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, thank you. I'm willing to receive that energy and transform it into a lighter energy, which offers the opportunity for everyone else to do the same. But I'm not concerned with everyone else. I'm concerned with this physical body, this energy field, everything that I can grab out of my human design to make this process more efficient. That's what I'm concerned about. I am not willing to go another day in the shitter. No, thank you. My favorite scene in that movie, Christmas Vacation, which I watch every year, is when the cousin is standing outside in his bathrobe and his black socks and his men's dress shoes and his stupid hat with the ear flaps, smoking a cigarette, draining his RV's sewage tank into the street drain. And the guy comes out and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Shitter was full." Well, my shitter's full. I'm not taking in any more. And what I have is going out transformed into light. The shitter's full, man. It's over. That's the kind of responsibility I'm talking about. That's the level of commitment I'm talking about. My house is full of reminders because that's how hard it is to pull yourself out and learn to stay steady in awareness. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying if you can't do it, get some help. Come join us in Sovereign Storytellers. Go join some kind of group. Join somewhere that reminds you on a daily, multiple times a day basis, what are you activating in yourself? Because that's what you're going to get more of, and that's what you're offering the world. Not everybody takes the state of the world's energy as a mission, and that's fine. I do. You don't have to. That's so individual. Maybe your mission is to clean up your own neighborhood or your own city or do things like that. Or maybe you don't even think of those in those terms and you're just going to focus on your own energy, which is also good because that's what you contribute to the rest of us. It's all fine at whatever level you're doing it. But it's like, wow, okay, I'm 52, maybe 53 in November. My family's known for longevity. I could probably make it past 100 now with with all the medical stuff that we have now available to us and growing and all the alternative medical stuff and all the stuff. I'm like, okay, I probably got 50 good years left. What do I want to do with those 50 years? Well, 50 times 365, however many days that is, times however many hours in a day, I'm taking that pretty serious. Not willing to live in pain anymore. So I'm attuning my energy to that and activating my commitment to that and offering that to you. Do you want to be at that level of commitment also? Do you want to, jump in the wake of this boat and, achieve some resonance? I hate this saying. Michelle Shoemaker and I used to make fun of it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But it does seem appropriate. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here, y'all? You're worth more than that. You're worth the effort. You're worth having to fill your house with reminders and your cell phone and the mirror of your car. You're worth the effort. And we need you. So shields are coming from fear. No fear, you can receive it all. Oh, two things. So the bodhicitta heart is the soft, open heart in Buddhism, where everything is welcome. Everything. Yes, everything. The light, the dark, and all the shades in gray in between. Not the 50 because I hate that book. But all the variations of energy are welcome in the bodhicitta heart, the open, awake, present heart. There's no need for shielding. Shielding doesn't even exist if you're willing to take that on. It's not a criticism of if you shield yourself. Sometimes the mind really needs those structures, and you're going to outgrow that if you keep going. You're going to get to the part where one day you're like, wait a minute. This is just a constructed system that's been making me feel better, and I don't need it anymore. And then the other thing I want to circle back to is Tonglen practice. Pema Chodron has a video on here on YouTube somewhere. Just enter Tonglen practice. Go hang out with Google or search here on YouTube. When I first heard that practice, I heard it through someone else, even though I was studying Buddhism and had been calling myself Buddhist for years. For some reason, I had never run across Tonglen. And I heard someone at work, like, very upset. They had gone to a workshop and the teacher was trying to teach them Tonglen. And she was so upset because she was like, I am not about to receive black smoke, negative energy into my body and hold that. And I was like, what the hell is she talking about? So I went home and looked in the indexes of some of my books and found it. I don't think we had Google then. Oh my gosh. Do you remember the days before Google? Psh, what a wasteland. But I looked it up and I was like, oh, she misunderstood. It's not to bring in the negative, dark, black, smoky, inky crap and hold it. It's to bring it through in the knowledge that it's nothing. It's just energy. And we give our mind the image of breathing in the blackness and exhaling the light. The dark ages. Yeah. Oh, hi, Nina. Yeah, it was the dark ages. No Google? What are we going to do? How are we going to find anything? Oh my God, I remember the days where I just could hardly sleep because I wanted to go to the library so bad to research something that had crossed my mind. Google is my friend. The dark ages when we couldn't find anything. So Tonglen requires you to understand what you affirm in yourself, you awaken in others. What you activate in you activate in others, and you contribute to the world. You are the stone thrown into the pond, creating a ripple effect. I think that's the part where we get off track. We think we're not powerful enough to create a ripple effect. We think that our thoughts are just our thoughts and they're not affecting anybody around us. Not true. Going back to the before and after pictures, your thoughts are crunching your face. And when other people see your closed down face, they have nothing positive to resonate with. You are impacting other people. You are. And that's okay. Just be honest about it and recognize that you have that much power. That is how powerful you are. That you have the ability to influence everyone who crosses your path today. Physically, measurably, demonstrably, evidence, not woo-woo, not theory. That's a fact. Go out and look at the world and explore the faces around you, and you can prove it to yourself. God knows, don't take my word for it. I'm an idiot. Go prove it to yourself how powerful you are. That's the message in all of this. You're so powerful. We need you upriver if you want to come upriver and add to the material that's going to change the outcome later. Ginger said, "What kind of ripple am I? What kind do I want to What kind do I want to be?" Michelle Shoemaker said, "Hashtag it's all energy, bro. It's all energy, bro. Just let it flow, man. It's all energy." Back up to what Heather said earlier, the guy coming off the plane that was just beaming at everyone. How many people, she saw it because she's aware. And her system is like, hey, look over here. Here's an example. But what Heather Russell doesn't realize is she already does that. She's just, her system is wanting to do it more. You can't really hang out with Heather Russell and not feel uplifted, even if she's talking about something heavy. But her system is saying, hey, this guy's in your resonant field because you can see him. And he's showing you from life as a mirror perspective of what you do and you can do more of. Someone deep down in the funk that doesn't have any desire to change that wouldn't have even seen his beamy, happy face. Wouldn't even have been aware of it. So think about that. Like, how many people saw him? He's beaming. He was probably in love or something, but he was probably just beaming all this light around. How many people do you think saw him? Some people saw him and smiled back. Some people saw him and were irritated by his damn beamy loveness, his stupid happy face. Knock it off with your stupid happy face. I'm pissed and you're ruining my pissedness. Some people didn't see him at all. Like, weren't even aware of him. That's what I mean. You have the power. You have the power. You are a Power Ranger. I'm going to add that. Hashtag, it's all energy, bro. Oh, I've been yapping on for over 45 minutes. I'm super passionate about this because I see it changing my life. Human design really kicked open the door to a lot of to some doors that I had been jiggling the lock, pushing the credit card in, trying to get open. It snapped them open, and all of a sudden a bunch of pieces started to come together. You can get basic human design readings on my website, or you can join us for the Human Design Basics for Business if you run any kind of business or do any kind of sales or have any kind of thing you're doing in the world. You can join us for that. For just $10 more than a foundation reading. So you might consider that. Again, all that stuff's on the website. Crone class starts June 11th. Human Design Basics for Business starts July 16th. Runs for 4 weeks. It's $159. Can't beat it. Sovereign Storytellers is open now. We start August 19th. The cutoff is going to be probably August 10th. But there's early bird bonuses if you do a single payment before July 30th. And again, that's the last time you can do this with me. I'm sure somebody else is offering something similar. But if you want to do it with me, this is your last chance. And that's not contrived marketing crap either. Let's create some scarcity. Ooh, there's another example. Marketers know they have the influence to influence you. They have the power to influence you and how you think and how you feel. So they say certain things to make you feel scared and activate FOMO. They make you afraid that you're never going to get the magical key to everything to unlock all the doors. You know, like they know they're powerful. How about you know you're powerful? How about you take responsibility for what you're activating in the world? What I activate in me, I offer to you. When we do that on a large scale, we make a pretty big ripple in the world. Nina said, I can't watch those marketers anymore. Me either. I have a physical gut vomity type reaction to that stuff. And some people are saying it really is the last time. And this really is the last time for Sovereign Storytellers. It really is. You are really going to miss out if you don't come this time because it's over. I'm not doing it next year. I might not do it ever again. I'm sure I won't do it ever again. It'll be something completely different. But next year, my focus is on these live events and going to different cities and Maybe if some one-on-one clients. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And of course, more human design because I love it and can't get enough of it. But yes, I can't watch them. You know, your body tells you, ugh, this is gross. And then we override it and go, yeah, but he says he's got the thing. And I need the thing to have the other things. It's a lie. Wake up. Knock it off. Stop it now. Okay. All energy. Receive all the energies. You don't have to be afraid of them. Step into your power and recognize all the energies are welcome here. This being human is a guest house. Wasn't written just to be something to put on greeting cards or memes or plaques that you hang on the wall. This being human is a guest house was written from an understanding that all the energies have to be welcome at the table if you want to live a fully authentic life, a fully powerful, beautiful, wide variety of energies life. And then that step further, if you want to be aware of what you're offering to the world, this being human is a guest house. Everyone has to be welcome at your door. Everyone has to be, every energy has to be invited to come sit down and have a cup of tea and be seen, validated, and allowed to transform. Dark energies naturally lighten. We always move toward the light. Dark energy is just energy that's not someone's broadcasting because they're still asleep at the wheel. Michelle said it starts with us. It absolutely does on a much deeper level than I've ever fully internally been deeply aware of. Okay, so you know where to find me. And this Friday's podcast is last week's YouTube. So if you missed it or if you want to listen again, often we hear so much more if we listen again. And then this podcast, this live stream, I'm repurposing for the podcast. And then after that, I'll get back to it being different. I want YouTube generally live streams to be different than the podcast because a lot of you follow me both places and you might maybe want a little variety in what you're hearing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for chatting with me. It's so much fun to see your beautiful names here and your little teeny weeny tiny faces. All right. Solid energy, bro. Go float in the river and see how it goes. I'll talk to you again next week. Bye.